Hi, this is just one of Corey's wonderful video logs. Today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2026. And yeah, I'm just so a lot of things have changed. Didn't know previous videos. I am currently being accused of child abuse. And the interesting thing about that is I'm all right because God's got me. He'll lead me through it all. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I was worried at one time, but not anymore. Isabella. I don't know if you guys can see them coming up. Their socks coming up behind. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hello. Isabella's right over here. See her under the. There you go. But yeah. So I'm being accused of it. I'm a little bit in the middle of innocent and guilty just because I don't know what I want to plead because I didn't know it was wrong at first. But now that I have found that it is illegal to spank a child with a belt, I have taken the means after my children were apprehended. I took the means that day of, okay, well, if it's illegal and it's wrong, then what kind of classes can I take to educate myself so that I can have them in my toolbox, so I know how to use them and what they are and which one is more appropriate over the other. So I took Triple P Parenting, and right now I've been going through Circle of Security once a week. So that happened, and I've been still looking into taking some anger management classes to. That way, that's more of a personal growth because I'm finding even at work, not little things set me off, but multiple little things will set me off, and I want to know how I can handle it properly and without just blowing up and anger taking over. So that's one of the things I'm doing. So there's a blessing that it happened because of what happened. To update you, about a week ago, or not a week ago, but a couple days ago, on Wednesday, because today is Sunday, Wednesday, so a couple days ago, I went to Wednesday service. I went to Sunday service the week prior, and I was feeling confident that I'm going to go to Wednesday service. Now, the reason that may seem why that's an everyday thing as a believer, as I am, I'm a child of God, and I like to go to church every Sunday. I like to read my Bible regularly. I like to be in the Lord. I like to listen to worship music and just be in the Lord. And like, don't get me wrong, I do listen to other music genres, but I like to be within the Lord. Okay, so the reason it was a big deal is my conditions are I'm not allowed to be directly or indirect with my three young ones. Well, they're all stepkids, but they call me daddy. They're the only three that call me daddy, the young ones, because I'm the only father they've ever known in their whole life. And I've been in their life since May of 2025. So, and they got apprehended in January. So I've been in their life for a long time. Well, a long time for them, not a long time for us. But at the same time, during August, September, I proposed to Tiffany. So I want her to be my wife, and I want to take her children as my own. So I cannot be indirect or direct with the three, as well as, and it's interesting that I can't be direct or indirect with the four oldest ones, even though they were nothing to do in the case at all, but that's the justice system. So that's fine and dandy. I signed my paperwork. I'm fine with that. I'm trying to fight for right now to have a hearing that I can that we can handle this situation, and asked if my conditions can change, that I could have the older ones over on visitation, and maybe I could see the younger ones once a week kind of thing. Just, I'm asking for that. Because I want my children. I want my children back. I don't sleep well without them around. I haven't really been feeling really good. And I'm doing every step to make sure that I'm a better parent for them, that they can rely on, and I can raise them in a safe environment. So that's something that's really important to me. And I'm not just making this video right now to be like, oh, look at him, he's being a good person. I'm literally doing this because these are my thoughts that are inside. So there's no alternative ego behind this. So while this is happening, on Wednesday, let's see, today's Sunday, March 22nd, so Wednesday, prior to that, I went to service, and I was so happy. I was so happy to be there. Everybody was happy. I was talking and chatting, and they're like, welcome back. We missed you. And it was so nice, because this is my family church. This is my home church. This is the church where I have been for the past year and a half, a year and more right now. I'm just going into my second year right about now. So because I can't have conditions, the father, or ex-husband, who has the 4 older kids, the father of the 4 older kids, has made a few threats that, to her, to Tiffany, if before her conditions were changed, that if you show up to any of the churches, I'm going to make sure the kids are there and that they can see you being pulled away in a cop car. Pretty smiteful. So knowing that, I wasn't going to take chances that he was going to do the same. So deliberately, right from Sunday, I was always sitting right in the front, or right in the back, so I could get out. Because how our church is, we have a main aisle that you come into the sanctuary, and there's two sets of collection of seats. There's the ones in the back, and there's the ones in the front. The ones in the back are more for people with parents and children, and that way it's further away from the stage, and the microphones don't pick it up. As well as there's more room for them to run between the aisles, where the ones in the front are more adult sized that's sitting. So I'm sitting in the middle. And the reason I'm sitting in the middle, because there's a big aisle, I can get out of there. I can get out of there really quickly. I'm not an aisle back. I'm not in the middle. I'm literally right on an end that I can get out of there. But I can see if anything happens. So Sunday was great. Nothing of them. Wednesday, I'm worshiping, and it was singing about a song about I'm free. And I'm like, yeah, I'm free, I'm free. I'm thinking. And as I'm dancing, I look over to the entrance, and I see 2 of the kids right away. With split second, I didn't process it. I grabbed my jacket, I grabbed my bag, and I went around. Not through the doors. There's another way to get in, and I'm going to explain that. So they're coming in, and I'm leaving the other exit. And I'm just eating my breakfast. So I just swallowed that. It's oatmeal and granola, but it's been sitting for a while. That's my phone. Hold on a second. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry, that was just Tiffany calling. She's picking up some grocery items. So on Wednesday, he decided to show up. And like I said, when he showed up, I had to leave right away. So I went into the darkened room, which is more where you bring when the babies are screaming, like really high pitch, and you can't get them to calm down, but you want to be in service. You bring them there, and it's easier, and it has a noise cancelers on it, and darkened room. More calm environment. But during that, like looking at what my cat's doing, it's playing with something. No idea. It's got to be playing with a toy. I leave the church right away. I leave in the dark room, and I'm trying to get one of the ushers. I'm trying to call one of them over, and no success. And so I keep the door shut, and all of a sudden Glenda comes. I'm like, Glenda is one of the other ushers, and I'm like, hi. She's like, don't worry. He's already passed. He's already in his chair. Why don't you go back? I'm like, I can't be here while he's here. I have to leave. And And she goes, okay, let's get you out. And so as I'm leaving, I walk by Ida. Ida is a friend of ours, and she's at the door being a greeter. And I'm like, she's like, where you going? And I had to tell her the story about it. Because she knows most of it, but she didn't know that that's who he is. And once she knew who he was, she was like, I understand. We'll tell Tiffany, don't worry. Because Tiffany was in a class at this time. And so I blew up Tiffany's phone while I was trying to walk, and I could never get a hold of her. She had her phone obviously on mute, so I wasn't able to get to her. That's fine. So I called my mom, because I did not know what to do. I vented on to the Robbins guy. Like, I talk to him every once in a while, and kind of he said, well, that's really terrible. You're going through that right now. And what bothered me most is that that's my church. That's my church I go to. Like, he goes to a different church. And, you know, he used to bring the kids to youth night, but he hadn't been there for a couple months. And all of a sudden now he shows up. I'm a little suspicious of that. And the reason is because he does have family members that go to the church. And I do see them quite regularly. And there's no conflict between me and the family members. But it's like, how did he all of a sudden know that I'm showing up all of a sudden? I don't show up for a while, and he stops. And I show up once, and he's going. So I'm going to ask Tiffany tonight if he showed up on Sunday church. Because that's going to determine if he's been showing up regularly or not. Because that'll be the determination. While this is happening, I've been trying to figure out how I can serve the church. Because there's roles I was pursuing, but I can't pursue right now. Like, I can't pursue being an usher if he accidentally shows up. How am I supposed to serve and be right there, right? Or how be on the cameras. I can't do that either. So I've been thinking about it a little bit, praying about it. And it came to me the other night when I was using the bathroom that Jerry, often my friend of mine, uses the calls. And before service starts, he's on the phone lines. That could be something I could do. Tiffany and Jerry had mentioned that, you know, next time this happens, if it happens, just ask me for the car keys, or ask his daughter Shelly for the car keys, and ask if I can just go sit in the car. And that's fine. He said that's completely fine. We can definitely sit in the back. Or I could sit in the car and get away with the situation. And what I would do was just lie down and watch the service, because I'd be able to connect to it off live, but I could watch the service.
How can I help you?
Alexa, cancel. No, I just turned on.
What would you like me to cancel?
Stop. Turn off. I don't know why it's still. So that happened. And I pretty much walked all the way from Faith City Church, which is on Black Bay Road. And I walked quite a while. Like, I was trying to catch the bus, but I talked to my mom for a little bit while I was calming down. And my mom said some things that bothered me, and she knew it was going to bother me, but she said, you need to know. The sad part is, you have a criminal record now. This is different. Even though it's my first offense ever, as an adult, I still have one. And it finally hit me. Like, it was like, I know. It sucks, Mom. I'm doing everything that's right. And she just reminded me that, yeah, you are doing everything right, and that's important. You left the situation right away. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And it had me thinking that if this is going to be a continual process while I'm working, how does that work? Like, he shows up, I have to leave. Even though I began to think, like, I have a fundraiser coming up. Do I have to leave the fundraiser if he shows up? And if so, how does it work where I was pledging for those proceeds, you know, doing the work, and I don't do the work? How does that make it look on me? Like, how do I, like, does it, you know, I'm going to be giving the police station a call on Monday and asking those kind of questions of, like, what do I do? Like, and what if he's doing it spiteful? Like, is there something in the law that stops that? Where if somebody's trying to get you to slip up, where they're doing things deliberately to get you to slip up, so they're doing this intentionally, is that not wrong as well? And if so, how do you catch somebody like that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to my home church. And all of a sudden now he's showing up. I'm like, cool, so you're showing up for youth night for your kids. I respect that, and I backed up, and that's originally why I stopped going on Wednesdays. But then he started doing Sundays. Now normally he doesn't do Sundays because I know for a fact that he likes to take his weekends off and drink and party with his buddies. And usually by Sunday he's too hungover to go. Because that's been a multiple occasion where I'm heard, can go pick up the kids, I'm too hungover. Too hungover? Okay. Maybe not drink so much. Willpower. But that's fine and dandy. But now I'm living in fear of going to my church. Am I not allowed to go to my church? How do I serve my church when this is something? So this is something I want to have a conversation with Pastor Roma, because I don't know. I don't know the situation. I don't know anything. And I feel like some people in the church are kind of giving me a dirty eye just for the accusations. Mostly parents. Which kind of sucks. It's like, really? Church is supposed to be loving and forgiving and non-judgmental, but then again, it is a church of men. So men and women are sinful creatures. Just because I'm forgiven doesn't mean everybody is. Yeah, it's a really difficult situation, because it's really difficult as his oldest son wants everything to do with me. He wants to come home. He thinks this is stupid. And he can't come home until the conditions change. So, that's a different story. I'm trying to think of like the conditions, or not the conditions, about everything from the beginning. I'm not a fan of, and I don't know if I'm legally allowed to talk about it yet. So we're gonna have to wait for that. But that's all that's going on this week. Other than we got a new fridge, and I had a couple new things like a fridge and some accessories to go with it. Some new magnetic pots and pans we picked up. Sensor lights out by the post, which I'll show you in videos. A sensor light in front of the front door. We also have updated our technology. We have 2 cameras, one upstairs and one upstairs in the front porch. We also have a doorbell, security doorbell, right up top too. So that's another thing we have. Which cool is because it's a motion sensor. It usually anybody walks by it, it goes ding 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 and sends automatically to all the phones, which is cool because it's set to all our phones. So dad's when he gets back from Jamaica, Uncle Dave, Tiffany, me. Kind of awesome. I love it. I know. It makes it easier for the whole household, because we can monitor and check on what's going on. Da, 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 da. Somebody's coming, somebody's going, but more of like, oh, somebody triggered. Like my dad was always like, "Who's that coming up the driveway?" I'd be like, I'll be like, "Hey, somebody's coming over to the driveway," because we'll hear ba-ding off our phone. Our phone will ring like a special ring. We know somebody's entered the property. So yeah, that's all going on right now. But that's pretty much an update for this week. I'll see you guys later online. The Corey Crew on Twitch. I'll be probably playing some Power World tonight. On the hard mode. I haven't played hard mode in a bit. So I've been playing this other game called Atomfall lately. I might play Atomfall instead. It's a post-apocalypse world, and it's really interesting, and I really enjoyed playing it. So we might play that. Anyways, Till then, see y'all later. Keep your sticks on the ice and keep praying for me and my family. I appreciate the prayers. Love y'all. Bye.